Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Chester Racecourse here on Thursday. It is May the 11th, 2017. Gonna look at all the races on today's program from Chester, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKit5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And yesterday's card, I had quite a few winners yesterday at Chester. I think I went 5 for 7. A few short price horses. There was one or two long shots, which was pretty nice. Hopefully we could keep up the winnings going today to today's program from Chester. And to keep in mind, for this race course, you need speed from the rail. If you're drawn outside, throw your horse out right away. So just keep that in mind. You want a speed horse and a horse from the rail. So let's get on to it. We have 7 races to look at. Well, I'm going to look at 6 of them. The 5th race, I'm not going to give you a selection because it's so stupidly hard. So let's get on to it. Starting off with the 150 from Chester. It's the Gately PLC changing the legal landscape handicap. It's a Class 2 handicap here, going for a purse of $37,000. That's in American currency. It's a little easier for me to get that to get the purses that way. It's 4-year-olds and upwards, rated 86 to 105. Also open to horses rated 85 and below. Field of 8 horses going the distance of ground of 2,000 meters or 1 mile and 1/4 here on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the 3-horse Sagely. I'm going to go 3-6-7 in the tricast of the trifecta, 3-6-7. But my top pick, number 3, Sagely, 15-1, Andre Etazzini for Ed Dunlop. This is a 4-year-old filly taking on the boys here, and I think she should do well. Most recently at Chantilly in France, it hasn't started since last September the 1st. At Chantilly, a mile and a quarter, and just a listed stakes with Doyle coming in to ride the horse that day. This horse finished 7th by 6 lengths. Beat 2 horses home, didn't get the best of trips, was a little bit wide, and didn't save any ground. It was a little bit farther back also. It wasn't her day to win. I think off the layoff coming here, which is a speed favoring race course, and breaking from the inside, this horse should have a very good run. I can see this horse going straight to the lead today. Start before at York on the 18th of August, a mile and a half in the Phillies listed stakes. This horse finished by 3 3/4 lengths that day. Just really didn't quicken up that day. She just didn't quicken up. And then at Goodwood, July 27th, a mile and a quarter in the Phillies listed stakes for Class 2 horses. This horse finished 2nd by 2 3/4 lengths that day. Didn't catch the winner that day. This horse was just basically second best. Was facing the Phillies over the summer, but did face the boys a few times. Faced them in Chantilly, where this horse didn't run at all. But before that, this horse faced the boys at Ripon, May the 15th, mile and a quarter in a Class 4 handicap. Horse went away with it, winning by 5 lengths. Was the second choice of 5-2 and really ran a hell of a race. I think here today, this horse should have a very good run, so I'll use him as a top pick. So to recap my bets for the first, the 150 from Chester, Gately PLC changing the legal landscape handicap. I'm going to go with the 3-horse Sagely. I'm going to go 3-6-7 in the tricast of the trifecta. So who do you like, Rascal, in race number 2? Okay, you're gonna have to move. Say goodbye. Bye. So now let's get on to race number 2, as my cat, has to disrupt me. The second race, the 225 from Chester. That was so funny. The 225 is the SportingBet.com Huxley Stakes. It's a Group 3 race here, going for a purse $92,500. It's for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 6 horses going the distance of ground of 1 1/4 miles or 2,000 meters here. My top pick in this one, I like the number 1 horse, Deauville. I'm going to go 1-2-5 in the tricast of the trifecta, 1-2-5, but my top pick, number 1, Deauville, 9-5. Ryan Moore for Aidan O'Brien, is Coolmore-owned 4-year-old colt-headed Galileo. Most recently, this horse had his second start of the season, April 28th at Sandown, 1 1/4 in the Group 3 Gordon Richards Stakes. Horse finished 2nd by a length behind Ulysses. This horse needed the race. It was his first start back from Dubai, and he didn't quicken up as fast as Ulysses that day. I think coming here today, second off the layoff, he should have a better run, and also has a decent bow straw. Start before it made on World Cup night, a mile and the 8th in the Group 1 Dubai turf. Horse had a disgusting trip, finished 7th by 7 1/4 lengths that day. Just was never into it that day, was wide. It just wasn't his day to win. When you break from the 12 out of 13 barrier, it doesn't help either. Start before he ran here in the States at Arlington Park, a mile and a quarter in the Arlington Million. He finished third by a half length that day behind Mondelez. Just he was closing up that day, but just missed. It was a wet turf course, that's it. So maybe he didn't get a liking of it. But start before July the 9th here in New York at Belmont Park, my local course, a mile and a quarter in the Belmont Derby Invitational. It's a Grade 1 race. This horse won by a neck that day from the 13 stall all the way from the outside. This horse had a very nice turn of foot at the end and just ran a hell of a race. Something about Belmont, the mile and a quarter turf course, the inner turf course, tends to be more speed horses. This horse took great advantage of it. Jamie Spencer gave this horse a perfect ride. It was an all-around great race, beating a Highland Sky and Beach Patrol, two very nice American turf horses. They're Grade 3 quality horses in the States, but they're consistent in those Grade 3 races. But they ran a hell of a race in this Grade 1 that day. But this horse took advantage of the pace, breaking from the outside, going straight to lead. It was a great race that day. It was his first start since the Investec Derby that came at Espin. He finished 11th that day, just wasn't there, and he finished second in Dante at York last May. I think here today, second off the layoff, he should have a very good run, so I'll use him as a top pick. So to recount my bets for the second, the 225 from Chester, it's the Huxley Stakes. Gonna go with the one horse Deauville. Gonna go 125 in the TriCast or the trifecta. To race number 3. Jump cut, race number 3 from Chester. The 3 o'clock post time is the Boodles Diamond Handicap. It's going for Class 2 horses. This handicap purse $37,000. It's for 3-year-olds only, rated 86 to 100. Field 11 horses going the 1,600 meter trip or 1 mile here on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the number 2 horse, Via Aganita. I'm going to go 210 in the TriCast or the trifecta, 210-4, but my top pick, number 2, Via Aganita, 7-2, Frankie Dettori for John Gosden. Most recently, his horse has started the 18th of April at Newmarket, 7 furlongs in a Class 3 conditions race. Horse finished third by 5 1/4 lengths. It was his first start off the layoff. She needed the race, didn't really have the best of closing kicks at the end, basically had no closing kick at the end. I think second off the layoff with the extra furlong today, she should have a better run, or he should have a better run. Start before October the 1st at Newmarket, 1 mile in a Class 4 maiden race for 2-year-olds. Horse won by 7 lengths that day. Destroyed the field at 9-2. It was an all-around great race. First start in basically 12 weeks, actually. Start before July 16th at Newbury, 6 furlongs in a Class 4 maiden race. Horse finished 5th by 3 lengths. It was a little bit of a shorter distance. I think this horse will be a great miler. That day, he really didn't get into it. Like I said, break from the inside, has some speed. He should have a very good run, so I'll use him as a top pick. So to recap my bets for the third from Chester, the 3 o'clock, it's the Boodles Diamond Handicap. I'm going to go with the 2 horse. I'm going to go 210-4 in the TriCast or the trifecta. To the 4th race, the 335 now from Chester. It's the MBNA Chester Vase Stakes. It's a Group 3 race here for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $92,500. It's for 3-year-old colts and geldings only. Field 8 horses going the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/2 here on the turf course, 2,400 meters ahead of them. My top pick in this one, I like the number 6 horse, number 6, the Anvil. I'm going to go 6-2-7 in the TriCast or the trifecta, 6-2-7, but my top pick, number 6, the Anvil. Donick O'Brien for Aidan O'Brien, 3-year-old colt out of Galileo. This horse is making his 2nd start of the year, 1st start in the UK since last October though, but most recently on the 31st of March at Dundalk in Ireland, mile 3/8 in a maiden race. Horse won by 5 1/2 lengths. Was the best horse by a mile, 30 cents to the dollar, improved it. It was just an easy victory that day for this one. Start before in the Group 1 Racing Post Trophy at Doncaster, 1 mile, October 22nd. Horse finished 10th by 14 lengths with Shamie Hefferman. He really weakened in the stretch run. It wasn't his day to win. I think this horse will really like the longer distance here today. He's out of Galileo, so he should get the 1.5 miles perfectly. But his last one last year just wasn't his day to win. Start before that at Newmarket, 1 mile in the Group 3 Autumn Stakes. Horse finished 3rd by 4 lengths. Was the favorite that day, but just really didn't quicken up as fast as the other 2 in front of him. Like I said, he's crying out for the added ground. He got it last time out where he proved very nicely in victory. I think here today he should have a very good run. So watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for the fourth, the 335 from Chester, it's the Chester Vase Stakes. Going to go with the 6 horse, the Anvil. I'm going to go 627 in the TriCast or the trifecta. Now the fifth race, the 405 from Chester. I have no opinion on this race because it's just such a hard 2-year-old race. Early on in the season with the 2-year-olds, I'll either if I bet the race, I have to really know this horse is going to do well. Like yesterday with the first race from Chester. Today this race, I wouldn't feel comfortable giving out a top pick, so I'm not going to give out a pick for race 5. So we're going to skip over race 5 and head on to race number 6 now. The 435 from Chester. It's the T&L Leasing Handicap. It's a Class 3 handicap here, going for a person $19,500. It's for 3-year-olds only, rated 76 to 90. Field of 15 horses going the 6 furlong or 1,200-meter trip on the turf course. My top pick in this one, I like the number 12 horse, number 12, Zemjar. I'm going to go 12-15-5 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 12-15-5, but my top pick, number 12, Zemjar, 10-1, Andrea Tazzini for Ed Dunlop. This horse already has one start under his belt this season. That came a few weeks ago at Newbury, 21st of April, 7 furlongs in Class 2 handicap. Horse finished 5th by 2 1/4 lengths that day, was 50-1. Really didn't quicken up as fast as the other ones that day, but for 50-1, ran okay. I think second off the left, this horse should do well. Start before 5 weeks earlier at Newcastle. 6 furlongs on the Tapeta in a Class 2 handicap. Horse finished 7th by 7 lengths that day. Really hit the wall in the stretch run. Wasn't his day to win. It just wasn't his race. And then a Class 4 handicap in Newcastle, March 10th, 6 furlongs, first start of the year. Horse finished 3rd by 4 1/4 lengths. Was a little bit, kept looking around that day. Wasn't really concentrated on the race. And, he didn't really quicken up as the rest of them. But, at the end of the year last year, he won a very nice nursery handicap in Newcastle, finished second in a very nice nursery handicap at Linkfield. I think he should have a very good run coming to turf again today, second off the layoff. So to recap my bets for the 6 from Chester, the 435, it's the T&L Leasing Handicap. Going to go with the 12 horse Zemjar. I'm going to go 12-15-5 in the TriCast of the trifecta. To race number 7, the final race in the program from Chester, the 505, it's Divergent Atlantic Handicap. It's a Class 3 handicap here, going for a person $19,500. It's 4-year-olds and upward, rated 76 to 90. Field of 8 horses going the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/4 on the turf course. My top pick of this one, I like the number 4 horse, Capanova. I'm going to go 4-5-8 in the TriCast of the trifecta, 4-5-8, but my top pick, number 4, Capanova, 2-1, Richard Kingscote for Tom Dassacombe. Most recently, this horse had a start at Haddock, 29th of April, 1 mile and 1/4 in a Class 4 handicap. First start of the year, this horse went away with it, winning by 3 lengths, had an easy victory, gets the 2-hole today, breaking from there. I think this horse should have a better run. I see this horse just sitting off the pace, maybe 3rd or 4th. Won't be far back. I don't see this horse sitting 8th, but he'll be 3rd or 4th, mid-pack, let's say. And, it's something where you want to be on this race course. But start before, this horse had to start October the 11th at Leicester, mile quarter in a Class 5 handicap. This horse finished second by 3/4 of a length that day. Really didn't quicken up as the front runner did, but, it just wasn't his day to win. His start before at Nottingham was a disaster. He finished 9th by 6.5 lengths. He just really wasn't into it. I don't know if he liked the ground. It just wasn't his day to win. You could say that for the start before at Red Car also. But his last 2 were very good. I think here, coming back on a quick turnaround, second off the layoff, he should have an even better run. So watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for the 7th, the 505 from Chester, it's Divergent Atlantic Handicap. I'm going to go with the 4 horse. I'm going to go 4-5-8 in the TriCast of the trifecta. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKit5. Good luck, everybody.